Hello and welcome to a 30-minute gentle yoga class. My name is Barbara and we're going to keep this quite simple today. We're doing it on a mat today. We're starting with just getting into a comfortable seated position. As you see, I'm in a different location. I'm in my school library surrounded by beautiful and wonderful books. A great place to do yoga. So getting comfortable in a seated position, that could mean different things for different people. If sitting cross-legged isn't your thing, try bending a leg. You can grab a book, very convenient for me here today, or a cushion or a rolled up towel. Slip it under your hips. It might enable you to get the spine a little bit straighter. I like to have a little lift under my hips for seated. I just feel that I can get more comfortable. So whatever you need to do, put this on pause if you need to while you go grab something to make work. And meeting in a seated position, keeping water handy is always a good idea. And we're breathing. Rolling our shoulders back, sinking our hips into the mat, feeling our spines getting longer as we breathe in and we exhale. Feeling the beautiful expansion of the breath as we inhale, and perhaps it feels like a release as we exhale. If you feel like dropping a hand to your chest and one to your belly, that's a nice increase in sensation. Sometimes it helps us just become more tuned in with the expansion and release of the breath. So whatever feels good for you. Bringing the exhalation to a little bit longer, just extending the length of the exhale a wee bit. Feeling the spine lengthen, feeling our sits bones, our hips sinking into the earth. Our hearts are lifted to the sun. Our lips are relaxed, softened, breathing. Take a couple more breaths here. And if you would like to set an intention for the class, I invite you to do so now, whether that's a word or a phrase, an affirmation, feeling, a color. Let's bring our hands to heart center and seal that end at that affirmation with our hands at heart center. Breathing our hands up, exhaling them down. We'll take a few of these big, expansive breaths, exhaling down to get the blood starting to move a little bit. Exhaling down, inhaling, exhaling down. Two more. Inhaling, big breath, exhaling. Inhaling up. Let's stay there and let's stretch, reaching like we're picking apples off a tree. Maybe you want to go side to side, whatever feels good in your body. Waking up the body, hello spine. Maybe moving the head side to side, whatever feels good in your body. Breathing. Let's lower the hands to prayer position and just squeezing our shoulders together, pressing hands together, pressing our hips into the earth, feeling that connection and breathing. Using resistance here, pressing the hands against each other. Nice. One more breath. Then we'll inhale our hands up. We'll exhale, drop the left hand on the right knee and let our gaze drop behind us as that other hand falls behind as well. Taking our gaze back. Our spines are beautiful and long. We're breathing in back to center. Exhaling to the other side, hand on the other knee, other hand dropping behind, and our gaze takes us back. We're breathing. Let's do one more each side. Breathing in, hands up to center. Exhaling to that first side. Today with my cues, I'm mirroring you. So I'm actually on facing towards my left when I'm saying right, so that it's like looking in a mirror when you're looking at the screen. Inhaling center, exhaling back. Inhaling center. Let's exhale our fingertips down to the mat and ensure that our shoulders are dropped behind. In fact, to do that, why don't we inhale them up and exhale them down. One more time, inhaling up, exhaling down. Let's inhale, our gaze, our hearts up. Exhale, rolling over, letting our spines roll, dropping our gaze. Let's inhale back up. Exhale down. One more time, inhaling up, lifting our hearts and our gaze. Exhaling down. Nice, inhaling back up to center. Now walking our right fingertips towards the edge of the mat, we're going to flip our other palm, ensure that our left hip is in the mat, and come up over the side body. As we breathe, bring that arm over and our gaze is up towards that elbow crease. And we're breathing, watching that we aren't tipping forward. We want to stay up over the side, and keeping our gaze upwards enables that to happen. Let's breathe that hand back up. Exhale the fingertips to the mat. Flip the other palm. Come up over the side. I'm walking those fingertips a little further away from me. Over the side we come, and our gaze is up at that elbow crease. We're breathing. One more each side. Let's breathe that back through center. Exhale the fingertips to the mat. Maybe walk them a little further. Flip the other palm. Slide that hand over if you want to. Over the side. Opposite hip grounding into the earth, into the mat. And inhaling back through center. Exhaling to the second side. Over we come with that flipped palm. Over the side body. Very nice. Breathing. Back to center. Let's bring our knees in for a hug. Spine's nice and straight and tall. And we'll extend that right leg long. Little mini hug to keep our spines tall. Let's grasp that left hand with that right elbow. And just take the other hand behind and do another twist. Breathing. Nice, releasing that back to center. Cross that knee over. Straight spines once again, grasping or wrapping your elbow around that knee, and we'll take that behind, letting our gaze lead us. Breathing back to center, both knees in for a hug. Up at our sits bones nice and tall, shoulders back, straightening that other leg this time, the left leg long, nice and tall with that knee straight back. Let's wrap our elbow around that bent knee and turn towards the back. Let our gaze take us back. This is called half lord of the twist. Suppose. I can't pronounce the Sanskrit name. Breathing back to center. Invite that knee to cross over that extended leg. Again, nice and straight, wrapping the elbow around the knee or the hand, whatever feels good. We can put the elbow right on the other side if you like. Whatever's available, and we'll take our gaze back. Breathing back to center. Excellent. Let's make our way over onto all fours, our tabletop position. Our hands are below our shoulders and our knees are below our hips. So nice and flat in the back here. Now, I want you to try pressing your hands into the earth and dial them away from each other. Notice when we do that, that we're lifting up. So this kind of prevents us from scooching over with our shoulders. We press into the earth with our hands. Now pressing the back of the feet into the earth. Feel how engaged that is. And we can hang out in this pose, or we can press with our hands, press with the back of our feet back here. Press it down. Feel that engagement. With the elbows shining forward, the elbow creases. Let's breathe our gaze and our hearts up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Tucking the tail. This is our cat-cow pose. We're inhaling our hearts and our gaze up. Exhaling, rounding the spine, keeping that activation in the hands and the shoelaces, pressing down, inhaling up, and exhaling down. One more time, inhaling up. Exhaling, rounding that spine, tucking the tail, beautiful, and back to neutral. Alrighty, we're pressing now all knees and hands into the earth. And we're extending the right leg long with the toes pointing down. I'm off the screen, you can't see my toes, but they're pointing down towards the mat. I'm breathing in. Exhale, let's bring that nose to the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, nose to knee. Two more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, nose to knee. And last one, inhale, extend. Exhale, nose to knee. Lovely, and we'll extend that, pressing the right hand into the earth, extending the left arm long into our tiger pose. This might be enough. Of itself, it's a balanced pose. If we want more, we can inhale, exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Good job. Let's plant the hands and drop our hips down into a child's pose. Inviting our forehead to the floor. Coming back up. We'll do the other side, extending the left leg long, toes to the floor. Keeping our hips squared so they're not kind of moving around. They're square to the floor. We're sinking our hands into the earth. We're sinking those shoelaces on the right foot into the earth. We're breathing in. We're exhaling that knee to the nose. Inhaling long. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it long. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time. Inhaling long. Exhale, knee to nose. Lovely job. Inhaling long. We're planting the left hand firm into the earth, reaching with the right. This is our tiger pose. This might be enough. If you want more, we can inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale long. Knee to elbow. Inhale long. Knee to elbow. Good job. Long. And let's come back down to our tabletop. Extending the right leg long. Let's point those toes to the front. We're in a line here, hand, knee, foot, sweeping that hand up. Breathing. Let's breathe that back up like this, nice and straight. Exhale this hand down towards the knee. Into a side stretch. Gaze upwards. Inhaling open to straight arms. Exhaling down on the mat. Lifting up that bottom foot. Inhaling, dropping that foot. Sweeping hands parallel. Down. With that other hand, gaze coming up. Inhaling back to parallel arms. Exhaling down the mat. Up we go. We'll do two more. Inhaling, parallel arms. Gaze upwards. Last one, parallel arms. Bottom hand to the mat. Up we come. That's holding here for 3. That's 3 and 2 and 1. Before I let you go, let's just pulse that a few times. Pulse, pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Am I slowing down? 3, 2, 1. I did. Let's come on down, face the front, and just drop over into a child's pose. Arms can be stretched forward. Nice, let's come up. This is hero's pose. We can have flat feet. We can be up on our heels, whatever feels best. Placing the palms of our hands on the small of our back. Inviting our elbows behind, so we're squeezing our shoulder blades together. Feeling the breath down where our hands are. We have some important organs back there, sending some love and warmth and energy to our kidneys, our adrenal glands, and we're breathing in as we lift our hearts, lift our gaze. Exhale, round it down, dropping the forehead to the knees. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. We'll do one more of these. The spine loves this rolling up. And exhaling the last time, dropping the forehead down to the knees. Letting go of the hands, wherever they want to go. Breathing. Good job. Let's come up onto our knees. And I should say when we're on our knees, if your mat is thin or there's some tenderness of your knees, always the option to roll the mat, get an extra couple of layers under the kneecap. All right, we're going to do the other side where we were here with this foot. I'm scooching over so you can see me on the screen, facing forward, and we're making our arms nice and parallel, nice and strong. Let's breathe in and take that hand down to the side. Looking up at that upstretched hand, back to parallel arms. Exhale this hand down the mat. Option to lift that leg. You don't have to. If it feels good, lift it. Let's breathe it down. Plant it again. Parallel arms. Exhaling it down. Gaze up. Inhaling parallel arms. Exhaling down to the mat, lifting that foot. If it's available, bringing it down. Parallel arms. Using the breath. And we'll do one more of these. Noticing one side probably feels different. This is definitely my grumpy side today. I can feel that. Back down to the mat. While we're here, let's pump this guy. Pump it, pump it. Let's do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold it, breathing for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Bring it down into a child's pose. I'm just going to scooch around the side here. Breathing into our child's pose. Now coming back up to our tabletop, tucking your toes underneath, pressing the toes into the mat to lift our hips into our first downward facing dog. Pressing the hands and feet away from each other like we're trying to rip the mat apart, creating space between our ears and our shoulders, and flattening the upper back. Let's move a little bit side to side. Get the hips moving side to side. Maybe you want to try bending the knees. Maybe you want to do a circle with your hips. Whatever feels good here, just exploring in your child's pose. All right, back to our nice strong child's pose, inviting our heels towards the floor. Knees can be soft. Nice. Let's come forward. Drop the knees to the mat. Flatten the feet. Check that our hands are under our shoulders. Press them back again into the earth. Dial them away from each other. We'll breathe in. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale. Slowly lower down to the mat. When we get there, we'll press our hands into the earth. Lift up our hearts and our gaze as we inhale. Exhale down. Our elbows are tucked into our ribs. 2 more. We'll inhale that up. Exhale it down, keeping the activation of the hands, pressing into the earth, elbows into the ribs, inhaling up. Exhaling down. We'll inhale up. This time we'll tuck our toes, invite our hips to come up and over, and they're simply going to drop on the back of the heels into our puppy pose, inviting our head towards the mat, our forehead towards the mat, and we're breathing. Scooching forward those fingertips, big beautiful stretch here. Breathing into the belly. We'll turn this into a flow. We'll do 2 of them. We'll come into a tabletop, flatten our feet. Engage our hands or press them down and out. Shoulders away from the ears, breathing in. Exhaling, lowering down with control, elbows grazing the ribs. Inhaling, pushing up into the earth as we lift our hearts. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Tuck the toes, hips out strings or drawing them up and over. The landing on the back of your heels, inviting the forehead to the mat, into our puppy. One more time, coming up through our tabletop, flattening our feet, engaging our hands, press them down, away from each other, breathing in, shoulders are back. Exhaling, slowly lowering down to the mat. Our elbows stay in tight, grazing the ribs. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up, tuck the toes, hips up and over, dropping back into our puppy. There we go. Forehead to the mat. Beautiful. Breathing deeply into our bellies. All right, let's come up into our tabletop. Our toes are tucked. We'll press our toes into the earth, into another downward facing dog. Very nice. All right, grounding our right foot into the earth. Let's lift our left foot behind us. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, open. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, open. Knee to nose. And one final time as we inhale, open. Exhale, bring that leg all the way through and plant the foot. Options here. We can have that back leg bent, flattening the foot, or it can be straight. Important is that our knee is over our ankle. We don't want to be like this. We certainly don't want to be like this. That's just really hard and stressful on the joint. So stacking the joints beautifully. Now, in our lunge, which again can have a bent knee or a straight leg, if you want to grab a book or a block, conveniently here I have a book. Placing the book or block, or neither, the hand at the inside of that lower foot, we're pressing that foot into the earth, deeply pressing, pressing. Notice the hip drawing up. Taking that left hand on the left hip and turning towards that hand. Turning, taking our gaze there, and if you'd like, we can extend that hand upwards, and we're breathing. Beautiful breath here. Great, let's breathe that hand back down. Place both hands on the inside of the foot and gently let that left knee drop to the outside. Straightening the spine. Again, that back knee can be bent as we open that hip up into our dragon pose. So my hands are both on the inside of my foot here. Straighten my back leg. Releasing back out of that, pressing that front foot further into the earth, pressing, so that we're coming up, we can rest our hands on that hip. This might be enough, this might be just fine. Again, that back knee can be bent. If we want more, let's breathe our hands up. Imagine it's a beach ball between our hands. Exhale it down. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Two more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one as we inhale it up. Exhale all the way down. Step it back into a downward dog. Walk it out. I'm just going to switch ends of my mat so that I'm more visible when we change sides here. So we're walking out our downward dog. All right, this time we're grounding our right foot into the earth. We're lifting up our left, nice and tall. Our hips are square. We're breathing in. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. If I did the wrong side, just take the side you didn't do before, whether it's left or right. Inhaling and exhaling, knee to nose. Inhale long. Exhale, knee to nose. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling long. Exhale, bringing that foot forward between the hands, planting it, and that back leg again can be bent or straight. Important, once again, is that our knee is situated over the heel ankle. Pressing that into that left hand or that inside hand, inside of the foot, depending what side you're on. If you have a book or a block or gorilla your hand, pressing down, pressing hand down, noticing this hip is drawing up. We're placing that hand on the hip and turning towards that hand. Option to extend that hand up and long, big and tall, reaching for the ceiling. Keep pressing that front foot into the earth. Notice the activation of your big hamstring muscles. The more we press down, the more the big muscles are working. Breathing, breathing. Let's bring that hand back down the inside of the foot, letting that knee drop to the outside. Again, that back leg can be bent or straight, either one. Breathing into that hip opening. One more breath. Now let that knee come back up to center. Put both hands, one on either side of the foot, pressing that foot into the earth, pressing down, 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 so that our hands come up to rest on a knee, and we're in a balance pose. Again, this might be enough. Reiterating that that knee can be bent or straight. If it's straight, let's really straighten it. If we want more, we can grab a beach ball. Breathe it up. Exhale it down. Inhale up. Exhale it down. We'll do 2 more. Inhaling up. Exhale it down. And last one. Inhaling up. Exhale all the way down, hands to the mat. Let's step it back into a child's pose. Walk it out. Planting the feet, inviting the heels to the mat. Pushing the mat away, the hands away from the feet. Breathe into this beautiful downward facing dog. Nice. All right, let's walk those feet in, and we'll make our way onto our backs. A little bit of back floor work, and we'll bring our knees in for a hug. Rocking a little bit side to side here, giving that lower back some extra love, a little bit of a massage. Bring light and energy into that lower back area. Maybe we want to draw a circle with our knees. First one way, and then the other. We're always breathing deeply and fully. Nice. While we're here, let's grab the toes or the inside, outside of the feet, doesn't matter. We're inviting our knees down either side of our body into a happy baby pose. Letting gravity just sink those knees down, then watching our shoulders relax. Maybe a bit of rocking back and forth here. Feels so delightful. Maybe stretching, bending, straightening those knees, whatever feels good here. Now coming back, giving our knees a hug, and we'll extend the left leg long with the right knee staying bent. Feeling our spines nice and long on the mat. Let's grasp gently below the right knee with the right hand. Let the right elbow rest on the floor. Open up that right hip and knee, extending the left arm long. Breathing into that hip opening, inviting both shoulders to sink into the floor as well. Feeling our hips on the floor, our shoulders, the back of the one hand, the back of the left heel. Breathing into this hip opener. Nice. Let's breathe that knee back across the midline. Grasp below it with the left hand. Invite that right knee to cross over the body. We're kind of rolling over onto our hip. Extending the right arm long, palm up, and taking our gaze towards that extended right hand as we luxuriate in this beautiful twist. Noticing the right shoulder just dropping towards the floor. This is a lovely opener for the shoulders and the heart and the ribs. Just letting gravity do its work, breathing into that opening of the shoulder, breathing into the twisting of the spine. And let's breathe that back to center. Bend the left knee so you're planting the left foot on the floor, placing the right foot above the left knee. Again, letting that hip drop open like a number 4. This is seated pigeon pose. If we want a little more, we can invite that left knee towards the nose with the option to straighten that leg. Breathing. One more breath, and we'll drop those knees down. Bring them both in for a hug. Feels so good. And we'll extend the other leg this time. For me, it's the right leg. Extending it, keeping the left one bent. Placing the left hand below the left knee on the outside, letting that left knee drop open. Left elbow is going to rest on the floor for support. Extending the right arm long, palm up. Feeling the shoulders sinking into the mat. Both hips. The heel of the right foot. Breathing into that hip opening. Good job. One more breath. Now we'll breathe that knee back up, crossing the center line, grasping below it with the right hand, inviting the knee to come to the right side of the body into that delicious twist, extending the left arm long, taking the gaze towards that extended arm and rolling over on that hip into that beautiful twist, feeling the spine lengthen, feeling that left shoulder sinking towards the earth, opening up the ribs, the shoulder, and the heart. Breathing. Lovely. Let's breathe that knee back to center. Bend the right leg, so planting the right foot on the floor. Left foot above the right knee, letting that left knee drop open this time into that number 4. Hip opener here. We want more, of course. Again, we can invite that right knee towards the nose. It's our supine pigeon pose with the option to extend that leg skyward. Breathing the whole time. Always breathing. Wonderful job. Let's drop that knee, foot towards the floor. Put both soles of both feet on the floor. Open up our wings. Let our knees drop to one side or gaze to the other. Beautiful twist. And we'll breathe those knees back up through center and drop them to the other side. Breathing back to center. One more little pose here. We're going to plant the soles of our feet into the earth with our bent knees. Bringing our hands down, palm down, and just breathe those hips upwards as we sink our feet into the floor. The deeper we sink our feet, the higher our hips will come into our bridge. Feeling the shoulders squeeze together on the mat. Maybe we want to bring the hands together under the hips. Press them into the earth. Pressing the feet, pressing the hands, pressing the shoulders. Big tall bridge. Super tall bridge. Our top of our heads reaching towards the back of the room. So our spine is getting a nice stretch. We're engaged. Those feet are pressing down. Our bridge is going to be even taller, can't they? One inch higher. Breathing. Let it go. Good job. Knees in the chest. One last time for a hug. And now let's reach hands and up over the head, straighten our legs, and a super delicious final stretch as we reach and we breathe. Now coming into our final Shavasana pose, whatever is the most comfortable for you, if it's lying on the floor with knees bent, whether it's knees together, feet apart, or cobbler where our feet are together, our knees are dropping open, or straight legs on your side, either one, any position, getting comfortable and sinking into the breath. Or Shavasana. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, exhaling. Slowly bringing some movement into the neck. Maybe taking your nose to first one side, and then the other by drawing a line in the air with your nose, sweeping across the arc above your head, one side to the other. Maybe touching each finger individually to the thumb, bringing some gentle movement into the hand. Maybe wiggling the toes, the wrists, the ankles, whatever feels delicious. And when you're ready, however you want to get there, slowly rolling over onto your side. And gradually and very slowly in your own time, transitioning back to a seated position on the floor where we will meet. You're welcome, of course, at the end of this video to extend your Shavasana, take a little bit longer. Feeling our hips grounding into the earth, our beautiful long spines, our shoulders back, our hearts lifted. Let's breathe our hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And if you set an intention for the class, I invite you to seal it now. Embrace it, love it, infuse it with light and energy. Perhaps place it in your chest beside your heart for safekeeping. Thank you for joining today. It's been a pleasure. My name is Barbara. 30 minutes or a little over gentle yoga on our mat today. Hope to see you again soon. Stay safe, stay happy, stay smiling. Let your light and love shine. Namaste.